Canvas provides analytics on how students are doing in your survey, which can be very valuable in order for you to extract quick information about what your students responded, especially when using things like multiple choice or multiple answer type questions. You can see at a quick glance which options were chosen the most by the students. So how we can access this information is we go to the quizzes section of our course, then we open the survey, and when we see the summary of information for the survey on the right-hand side, we have 3 links, the first of which is survey statistics. We click this link, and now we can see a summary of what actually has been responded to for the survey. So of course, at the top, it gives us the score. This is a graded survey that automatically gives the students a point for actually completing the survey. So of course, the average score is 100%. But the important information for surveys is the question breakdown. In this area, as I said, you can see at a quick glance exactly where your students are when it comes to the questions that you asked. For example, we have a question here, a multiple choice question regarding access to a reliable computer. And I can see that 71 or 82% of the students that took this questionnaire have access to a reliable computer. 17% also agree, just do not strongly agree, but we do have 1% or one person who does not have access to a reliable computer. And in one glance, I can summarize this about the people who took this particular survey in one glance instead of having to look at every single submission that the students did. Another example is a question about what kind of computers or devices they have. There are multiple options here. They were allowed to choose several options. Please do ignore when in survey statistics it puts a check mark or mentions correct answers. It always kind of defaults to the first option as being the correct answer, even though for surveys there's no such thing as a correct answer. So we kind of have to a little bit ignore that because they're using the same engine behind the quiz analytics. So that's why that is happening. There is no correct answer. But in this example, we're asking about the computers or devices. We can tell at a quick glance that most people have a computer, whether a Windows or an Apple computer. That's the most often that they have is some form of computer. A lot of respondents had either an Apple iPhone or an Apple iPad. I can see that quickly. Very few people who responded to this survey have a Chromebook, only 12 people or 14%. And also I can see that an Android phone, there were 29% versus Apple iPhone 54%. So I can get a quick glimpse of where the people who answered the survey are at in terms of their technology that they have access to. And there's more questions here in a similar fashion. I want to show a multiple answer system where we had several drop down options for each option. So this is kind of like 3 questions bundled into one. So the students were asked, how comfortable are you using a computer, internet browser, and email? And they were allowed to rate each one of them independently in the same question. So it's a lot faster for them to respond, but we can look at this data as well. So first off, we're looking at computer. We can see computer selected because this is the darker button. And we can see that 67% were very comfortable with a computer. 32% were comfortable. If I click the word browser, now I can see their responses when it comes to a browser. And then I can click email and they can see their responses for email. And you can tell that more people are very comfortable with email versus browser and computer. So that's an interesting little factoid that we can gather from here. Just wanted to show this kind of question type, how easy it is to still access the data, even though it's kind of like 3 questions in one. We have more multiple choice questions. Then we have a kind of yes, no question, similar to true, false. And we can again see really quickly where most people are at. Another example of question is, what type of content have you created in Canvas? You can make a similar question like this for your students, asking them what topics they would like covered in a midterm review or stuff like that, and they can select several options, and then you can see which is the number one chosen topic. So for example, in this case, 91% is the top choice in that assignment. Most people have created an assignment. And the second runner up is module, is the second option that got 86%, and then announcements at 84%. And then we can see that the other type of content is only 18%, and only 2% of respondents never created any content in Canvas. So we can get a quick glimpse at how the students are doing. And we have more questions in this, but that's how we can see where the students are at when we're giving them a survey with questions, especially the kind that are multiple choice, multiple answer type of questions. And we can see exactly a summary of where they are at one glimpse, without having to look at every single survey submission individually and try to gather the information that way.